Mid-news. You might not need this.
Hey, welcome back to Mid News. So, Israel intelligence chief goes to inquire talks with Hamas over a ceasefire right after Israel murdered one of Hezbollah's senators in command. After Hezbollah yesterday fired 200 missiles over Israel, and Israel dodging those with a missile defense system. At this point, there will be talks to talk about Hezbollah, well, what's going on in the situation with the ceasefire on the Gaza front, with Hamas from Israel, and Israel talking to Hezbollah at some point with all these fires. Everything popping up on the side. Check the articles below to read more of the information. This is just a basic catch up on what's happening. Oh, on that note, yesterday in New York City, protesters burned the flag in Washington Square Park. Now listen, these were Palestinian protesters. These people were protesting Palestine, but also desecrating the flag. And there's rules about basically not doing that. Like, I understand if you want to protest something, you want to stand up for something, respectful. Do not burn other people's flags to make a point about your protest, because that just makes you look bad. And I do understand, yes, burning a flag invokes a lot from people, invokes a lot to get people's attention, but at the same time, it's negative instead of positive. These protesters may have burnt the American flag, but they also left a bad taste in people's mouths who were celebrating the 4th of July across New York City. And a lot of these protests were basically going around the entire city. And some people was like, well, what do I have to be thankful for? Well, your independence and being free and not being held by a monarchy. But personally, that's from here to there. At the same time, if you want to protest, protest. If you want to check out the videos and articles, description below. Shark believed to have injured 4 people in the waters of South Padre Island this 4th of July. Craziest thing ever is a shark attack. Now, understandable, 4 people did get hurt, and there's video description explaining what happened, and a father had to go into action to save his kid. So this is wild, but I believe these may have been younger sharks. Check the description below. This is basic catch-up. Apologies if I'm going too fast for you guys. But if you want more of the information, click the links below and read the articles for yourself. And watch the videos for yourself. In president news, I know we've all probably seen the debate that happened not so long ago. And honestly, it was very interesting. Now, certain Democrats want Biden to step down. Other Democrats want Biden to step aside. And Biden himself says, I need more sleep. I need more sleep. And then there's just an argument about his sleep schedule. Personally, when it comes to this presidency, I do think Biden needs more sleep and more time to recuperate, but he's the acting standing president for right now, and hopefully we see what happens during the future. Let's continue on. But before that, there is a post that comes up. You can click the link below, or it's probably going to be here with no sound, that Joe Biden says, I'm going to run and I'm going to win again. So interesting about that. Even though they had a poor debate, I think Joe Biden got the rest he needed. Let's see what happens. Sean Puffy Combs' Diddy faces allegations on sex trafficking a porn star. I don't know how, but Diddy seems to somehow convince her to dance only for him, employ a family relative or her boyfriend, and things ensued after that. Personally, I don't want to get into much of the Diddy stuff. I already talked about him a lot. I don't feel that going further in this Diddy stuff until more stuff actually surfaces is important. But check the links in the description below to read the article, or just check it out here.
13-year-old boy being chased by Utica police officers. Horrified neighbors watch as an officer throws him to the ground. Then...
Oh my God! Yo, he just shot him!
The teenager, an Asian male, later died at the hospital. Residents packed City Hall demanding...
Now, to put this in perspective, the kid was only 13, and Meow Mue will be missed by his family and friends and his school and anybody else, and this is a tragedy unlike all tragedies. You can see from the video, the cops took him down. They didn't have to shoot him, and in an earlier video, he did drop the BB gun, and they still chased him, and they got him because they believed it was a real weapon. And they had a struggle, but you already saw the first cop on top of him. Not to go into much explanation and describing things, I do understand the heartbreak in this family when it comes to gun violence. It is not fair. especially when it comes to police. And he shouldn't have been taken from his friends and family at this young age. He should have been old age. And I do give my condolences to the family, and my heart goes out to them. This is a tragedy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And what do you think should happen from this? Say it seems to have a record number of travels this weekend. It's nothing too big. It's just because it's the holiday and the fact that there also is a crazy storm building up from, people believe all this travel building up going to hit Jamaica and the Yucatan Peninsula and Mexico. So this is going to be a crazy storm. What's the storm name? Is Beryl? That's the name right there. It's hard to pronounce. I'm sorry. It just kind of confused me. I was like, what the hell kind of storm name is this? Maybe if I hear it, I'll be able to say it. But a lot of travel's been happening lately. So also happy 5th of July and 4th and all that jazz. Last but not least, the FDA has dropped a new drug to control and slow down Alzheimer's. But the side effects may be crazy, and you might want to look for other remedies if you feel like you're getting, or family members have Alzheimer's, because it causes brain bleed and other tragic side effects. And personally, I'm not gonna go into it, but if there's not a cure, it's just a preventative cause. And if you can catch it early, it slows down that degenerative disease. Now I get it, it's not the best, and Alzheimer's sucks because you lose all memory, you lose all time, date, everything just goes and goes. And I wish there was a real drug. The FDA said yeah to this, but it only slows it down and slightly controls it, but doesn't stop it. So personally, I'm just not a fan of this drug. But if you want to read more, check the descriptions, watch the videos in the links below. Thank you for tuning in to Mid News. I appreciate you guys, and even if no one's watching, I have these final words to say. From everything that's happening in the world, I get it. It looks bleak, it looks weird, and you can get bit by a shark at a beach. But hopefully you can understand that times are changing, things are getting difficult, and we're all frustrated. Let's not take our frustrations out on flags, on other people, on the way people live their lives, and on the way things are happening. Some things are out of your control, and some things are in your control. So do what you can do in your control. Help an old lady across the street. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same blood. We all live different lives, but we're all, at the end of the day, human. This world kind of is difficult, but that difficulty doesn't stop us from living our lives. So, hope you guys enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching Mid News, and I appreciate it. Happy Friday.
Mid News. You might not need this.